What's up, everybody? Trekkie nerds and, well, anybody that might not be a Trekkie nerds, welcome to my video. I'm here to do a review. In this review, I'm going to do a review on Star Trek Continues. And I'm going to be doing it on episode 10 and 11. And that's going to be pretty much the two finale episodes of Star Trek Continues. Now, Star Trek Continues. What is Star Trek Continues? Well, it's a fan-made, funded film. Well, let me get that right. It is a fan film that was created back in 2013. What was the purpose of it? Well, it was the purpose of it was to continue the stories of the original series. Unfortunately, back in the 60s, the original series got canceled after the third season. So we really never got to see the full 5 years of the series. So what Star Trek Continue does is it pretty much continues on from where it left off. So this is awesome. I'm so glad that Vic did this, and it turned out to be very successful. Most people love this series. In this episode, well, this two-parter episode, 10 and 11, you pretty much revisits the original pilot. Well, the second original pilot, because some of you may not know that Star Trek had two pilots. The first one was The Cage with Jeffrey Hunter as the Captain Pike. But you know, the studios didn't like that, so they wanted a second pilot done, and the second pilot had William Shatner as Captain Kirk, and they changed the other cast and stuff like that. That original episode, you get to meet the Espers, and basically this is when the first time that the Enterprise has encountered this barrier. Why did they encounter the barrier? Well, originally they found a ship's recorder of the SS Valiant, which was an Earth spaceship that was lost 200 years ago. It was incomplete and everything, so they started searching for this ship and pretty much see what has happened. They end up encountering that barrier. They went through the barrier, and which ended up causing a lot of damage to the ship and stuff, and also knocked out a couple of crew members, which was Gary Mitchell and Dr. Elizabeth Dannard. And then whenever they came through, they had, you know, some glowing eyes, and they also had some like godlike powers and stuff. Well, eventually, further on in the episode, you know, these people started to be dangerous and stuff like that. And, you know, for the most part, Kirk had to deal with that. Now, fast forward 5 years into the future they're having to deal with these Espers again. Okay, let me give you a quick rundown on this. Don't worry, it's not going to be a spoiler review. So, here we go. Okay, Captain Kirk got contacted by Admiral from Starfleet, and Starfleet is wanting him to go to the Deberon system to do some investigation because they lost several ships there, and especially they wanted him to investigate a colony there, which is on Deberon 3. I hope I'm saying that name right, because they're no longer in contact with him. So once they got there, they got in contact with one person from that site, which, oh, by the way, that site happened to be a laboratory. They ended up doing a lot of experiments on the Espers. So once they got to that planet, they ended up finding one Esper on there, and she said that they had some Romulan invaders there, which came there and kidnapped a bunch of Espers. So from there, the Enterprise crew, they went to investigate, and for the most part, went to go hunt down the Romulans that had took the Espers. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you about the main plot of the story. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you about some of the cool things that you're going to see in this episode is the saucer separation, which that's pretty cool how the saucer ends up separating from the ship. We hadn't really seen that since the days of watching TNG, so that's pretty cool because we never seen the original one do it. You're also going to see some of the events that led up to where the movie started, so I thought that was pretty cool that, you know, it pretty much told, well, took you all the way up to the beginning of the first Star Trek movie. And I'm not talking about those J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies either. I'm talking about, you know, the original movie, Star Trek the Motion Picture. So it's pretty cool that, you know, you get to see what led up to those events and the reason why the characters were in the position they was at the beginning of that movie. So that was pretty cool planning there. Hey, let me break in here for just a second. I had some issues with OBS and my editor. They didn't want to mash together very well, which was my fault. I didn't have some settings correct on OBS. But I fixed that problem, so I shouldn't have that problem anymore. So anyways, back to this review. Before I end this, I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to Bizarro George. He gave a really good comment on my last video, and I'm going to go ahead and post it right here. And if you guys want to read it, go ahead and pause the video and you can go ahead and read it. So I'll give you a chance to pause it. Okay, if you haven't paused it, I'm sorry, but anyways, if you want to read that, just pause the video and you can read it. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I didn't want to make this too much a spoiler, so I didn't want to go and break it down step by step or anything like that. So I just want to give a brief, you know, explanation about the video for some people that might not know. Anyways, until next time, live long and prosper, and peace out.